Alright, here we are for round number 1 with this red-green tokens deck. We're playing against Andrew Singleton 80. Clearly not playing an 80 card Singleton deck. A little disappointed in that. We got a pretty decent hand here. Can play Colony Garden, get our tokens going. Could really use a Sprout Swarm, but I'm gonna keep this one. I think it seems okay. This is my first match with this deck. I've never played it before, so I don't really know what a good hand looks like or anything like that. But I don't think I can just mulligan away hands that have like a lot of tokens and a lot of creatures and mana, so this looks okay to me. So I'm going to lead off with the Colony Garden, obviously. Even if I draw, well, if I draw a forest, I might reconsider, but we'll see what I draw. Alright, Dynacharge looks pretty good. It looks like a nice little payoff for all these tokens we're going to have. Alright, token number 1. I think I'll probably play the Thermal Alchemist next turn. The Nettle Sentinel's not going to be able to block anyway against Affinity. Neither of them is going to be able to block, and the Nettle Sentinel, I mean, isn't going to be able to attack. I assume my opponent's going to have a 4/4 here. Blue, green. Okay, Prophetic Prism. See if they have a Frogmite or not. Yep. Well, we're drawing great, so can't complain about that. This actually makes me, I think, want to play the Colony Garden plus the Nettle Sentinel, so then next turn I can start Sprout Swarming. No, I think I'll do the because next turn then I'll have 5 mana. No, let's just play the Thermal Alchemist. Alrighty. My opponent probably has no idea what we're playing. They're running low on cards, so if they don't have a Thoughtcast, we're going to be in really good shape this game. They don't even have an attack this turn. Flare Husk is pretty bad for them. Just doesn't do anything. I mean, it makes their Mirror Enforcer 1 cheaper, but if they don't have a Thoughtcast on top of this stuff, they're going to be in big trouble. Or like a Galvanic Blast could be okay as well. Looks like, okay, they're just moving something over. So I'm going to take 3, obviously. I don't particularly care about. Yep. I don't particularly care about, like, care to chump with my plant. Alrighty, we got the Living Totem. Cool, cool. So, what do I want to do? So if I play the Nettle Sentinel... So I can play the, oh man, this is tricky. There's so many options now that I've drawn all these Convoke cards. So if I play, the Nettle Sentinel is basically free. So I'll just start off by playing that. That one I know I'm playing for sure. I have a Bolt, so I can take out this Frogmite at some point. If I play the Colony Garden, I'll be able to play the Sprout Swarm, but then I'll only have 3 left. And I won't be able to play the Living Totem. So all my guys will untap. But I won't be able to... Nah, I think I'll still do that. So I'll have the token from my Sprout Swarm plus a Thermal Alchemist and a Nettle Sentinel and nothing else. That seems okay. I think that's probably what I'll do. Fortunately, I can't play the Living Totem this turn, but I don't think I'm going to die this turn. So this is kind of a slow draw from Affinity, and I should really be able to go off next turn. Make a lot of tokens. And I'll be able to ping my opponent for 1 here. After I Sprout Swarm. So I'm just going to take 8. Well, not 8. I won't take all of it. I'm going to block the Germ. Alright, well, I'm happy to take 7. I'd rather keep 1 more token in play. Would have been nice if this Living Totem were a Scatter the Seeds instead, but it wasn't. So I could have bolted, but then I couldn't play the Sprout Swarm. It's possible I should have bolted and just played the Living Totem this turn. Alrighty. Put those on the stack. Let's always, yes, always yield to that. Always yield to that. So like you see here, I could make another Sprout Swarm token, but I'm not going to. So do I have lethal here? Well, maybe I should look. So do I have lethal here if they don't have a bolt? So let's see. If I Sprout Swarm here, I'll get in with, they'll probably block my Nettle Sentinel with the Forger. They'll block my Sapperling with the Germ. And I'll get through with 2 of them. It's not even close. Okay, so I'll just have like 7 damage if I do it that way. Maybe like 10 with the Lightning Bolt. So we got to go at least one more turn here. All right. Nest Invader's a nice one. So that's another free, that's a free spell. I don't think there's any way for me to utilize my Nettle Sentinel here. I do get a free untap, but everything that I would tap it for also untaps it, so. Okay, Nest Invader here. Alrighty. So, what do I want to do here? I have a lot of Sprout Swarms that I can do. I think most likely my play for this turn is going to be to chump 1 4/4 and bolt the Frogmite and then play as many Sprout Swarms as I can. So let's just do that. This deck is really hard to play. I have like a million options every turn. Like maybe I should have played this Living Totem at some point. Thoughtcast is bad. That's their best card right now. But they're a little stuck on colors and stuff. Like I don't think they're going to be able to fling me or anything. Like they're going to struggle to ATOG fling me or anything like that. It's possible at some point I should have just been like trying to block all these and kill everything. Like I can double block the Frogmite with these 2. And I can like use a Sapperling to block a 4/4 and bolt it as well. I can actually Dynacharge here and kill all their creatures, which is like another thing that I should consider doing. Well, let's see what they all attack with. All right, so my opponent is tapped out. They still have a land drop, so I have to decide if I want to play around. I have to decide if I want to play around them having a red source plus a Galvanic Blast here. So I think I have lethal with, I should have lethal with my Dynacharge here. So I can, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana for Sprout Swarm. So that's 2 of them already, plus I get 2 more untaps. So I think I have enough for 3 Sprout Swarms. So that gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 creatures. That's way more than I need. So let's just go ahead. I'm going to play some Sprout Swarms here, and we'll figure out exactly what I have going on. I'm going to tap all my big stuff. So my plan is to bolt their Germ and then attack with and Dynacharge. I should have way more tokens than I need here, so it shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, so I think what I want to do is block with the spawn. I think I have enough that, yeah, I should have enough that I can just block with my plant and my spawn, and so I don't have to play into Galvanic Blast here. Let's make sure. So I do all this. This makes me 5. This is 5 creatures again. And then I should be able to use my Eldrazi spawn, like sacrifice it for mana to make another one. So I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these. Then I can make an 8th one. So that's definitely enough. Okay. Yeah, let's just block like this. It seems the safest way to do it. So you can't use the Eldrazi spawn for like convoke and sacrifice it, but what you can do is you can use it. Let's see, I gotta tap it. So I can use it this time though as the tapper, and then next time I can sacrifice it. So like here now I can sacrifice it for the mana to play another one of these guys. Since it was gonna die anyway. Yeah, I even still have Bolt up. If I really want to bolt this Frogmite. But I'm gonna bolt the Germ probably. Okay. So I'm taking 3. I don't think they'll be able to double Galvanic Blast me this turn. So I feel pretty safe going to that much life. See if they even have a land at all. Okay. Mirror Enforcer is annoying. Double Mirror Enforcer is really annoying. Okay, now I have to really actually make sure that I have enough. So I should still have enough though. So I'll Thermal Alchemist, and then I will bolt the Germ. It's saving the same amount of damage either way. Bolting the Germ versus bolting my opponent. Because they'll block something for 3 power with this Germ. Okay, and then I'm going to cast this. Get one more Saproling out there. Get one more ping. It's possible I could have gotten another ping in here somewhere because I did end up with like an untapped creature. But I'm not really sure. Alright, here we go. Attack with everything. Didn't do the math that well, but I think we should have enough. I think I might have exactly enough actually with this Thermo Alchemist, because they can block both of these, and then everything's... Now these are all getting in for 3. Yeah, I've got plenty. You have to be careful if you auto yield to your Thermo Alchemist to make sure that you have to make sure that you tap it before you cast your spell, otherwise it'll automatically untap. So that was a sweet game. Our opponent had a pretty slow draw. They only ended up drawing 2 lands, but I think they had a pretty reasonable draw. I mean, they've got a lot of 4/4s out there. Alrighty. Yep, looks like that's 17, so we got enough. Actually didn't even need the bolt, it looks like. Maybe I did though, because I got an extra like ping out of the Thermo Alchemist from it. I don't know. Alrighty, cool. So we won that one. We don't have a ton to bring in. I've got the Gleeful Sabotage. I'm also probably going to bring in these Flame Slashes. I have to decide on the Spider Silk Armor. So Affinity usually has some number of Electrickery and Cart Clan Shamans. Spider Silk Armor not particularly good against the Cart Clan Shaman, but it is good against Electrickery. So I don't know, that's a lot of stuff to bring in. I think the worst card, man, Living Totem did not feel good there, but it might have just felt bad because I had Sprout Swarm, so like the Living Totem kind of felt like a really bad Sprout Swarm. I probably should have played it at some point in there and just like gotten a 3/4. I'm not really sure. Ooh, Might of the Masses would have been sweet. So Lightning Bolt is really bad against them, so I think I'm going to take all those out and bring these in. And I have to decide if I want to bring in this Spider Silk Armor. Don't think I want any of this other stuff. Pyroblast is okay against them. Like, they do have a lot of blue spells. They've got the Thought Casts, and they have just a lot of stuff, but I don't think they're good enough for us to bring in here. Like, if they're spending their time Thought Casting, I mean, it's bad for us, but it could be worse. Let's see. I think I'm just going to go with this. I'm not sure I really want to bring in that other Spider Silk Armor until I see... No, I'm going to take out a Living Totem for it. All right, let's do that. Living Totem felt really bad there, so let's just do this. So I think I drew pretty well there. I kept kind of an iffy hand, like a really slow hand, but it was really good if I was able to draw some of the token payoffs, and I did. So we've got kind of a stompy hand here. This hand seems actually really bad. It's really good against Electrickery. I think I'm going to keep it. My opponent mulliganed, and I just like have a functional hand, so I don't know. Sometimes I'll keep when my opponent mulligans, just if I have like a good enough hand that I can beat a draw that stumbles. Like if my opponent keeps a one lander here and misses for a turn, I'm gonna have a lot of power on the board right away. So we'll see if something like that happens. Hopefully they go down to 5. That's just justice for playing this like ridiculously greedy Affinity deck. All right, opponent, what you got? Turn 1 play. Springleaf Drum, I think, is probably the best turn 1 play from that deck. Flame Slash is a good draw. So I'll have to decide next turn. If my opponent plays a 4/4, I'll probably Flame Slash plus Nettle Sentinel. Otherwise, I'll probably play the Nest Invader. Nest Invader is basically just a strictly better Nettle Sentinel as long as I don't have Sprout Swarm, which I don't right now. Man, this deck is going to be a bad one for you guys like watching me play and judging me. So what am I hoping for here? Like a Prophetic Prism into nothing would be like ideal. That would be what I would want to see. We got phase 1 complete. If they don't have a Frogmite, they're going to be pretty far behind. If they do have a Frogmite, that's going to be kind of annoying because I don't really want to Flame Slash a Frogmite. Okay. Looks like they just have a great draw, unless they don't have a lot of other stuff. Alright, well, let's attack here. Let's see if they block. There's, like, no way they block. So this is iffy here for me. So I have to decide... If I Flame Slash this, I'll potentially cut off mana from them next turn. But if they have any other creatures that they can just play, it doesn't do anything. And then suddenly they're going to have a 4/4 that I can't deal with. So I think I'm just going to play the Nest Invader. Alright, I still want to always just always yield to this. So I've got kind of a stompy draw here. Next turn I can use the Eldrazi spawn to get a forest and play both my Nettle Sentinel and my Nest Invader if I want. So they could just play this Forger. They could have just played this Forger this turn, and then killing the Frogmite wouldn't have done anything. Okay. If they attack with the Frogmite, I'm going to block it, and then I'm going to Flame Slash this Forger. Yeah, it doesn't look like they are interested in doing that. Ooh, that's a good one. So let's go ahead and Flame Slash this Forger. I'm going to get in with both of these guys. Hopefully I don't have like a Hydroblast, would have been kind of annoying there. Alrighty. See if they feel like trading now. Interesting. It's just so bad to trade away this Frogmite when you have a Springleaf Drum and you don't have any other creatures in play. Can you imagine if I had a Gleeful Sabotage this turn though? Ugh. Vomit. So I don't have enough mana to play both of these guys anyway, so just gonna play the Nest Invader because I have this Dyna Charge. Like I have enough mana, but there was no way for me to get enough green since I used one of my essentially colorless mana to kill this Forger. So next turn I'll probably attack with everything. I'm hoping they don't do anything besides like play a 4/4 and then just nothing else. That would be ideal. Hopefully they're like sitting there with an Electrickery that they can't do anything effective with. Alright, so they play another Forger. This was all they could do last turn, so I'm hoping they can't do more this turn off their Springleaf Drum mana. I assume if I block attack with everything, they'll probably like put their Forger on my Nest Invader and their Frogmite on a spawn or something. And then I'll just Dynacharge. I think I'm going to play the Ash Barrens next turn so I can Dynacharge and then second main phase play this Nettle Sentinel off my forest. My opponent keeps kind of thinking for a long time when they have no mana up or anything. So I don't know, maybe they have like a Galvanic Blast and they're considering if they want to kill this Nettle Sentinel right now. Or like maybe they have a Thought Cast and they're wondering if they can afford to tap one of their creatures down to play it. That would be pretty brutal. Like if they have a Thought Cast here and they don't hit a land, they're going to be in rough shape. So they would only have one blocker. So I'd get through with 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it wouldn't quite be lethal, but it would be pretty bad for them. If I draw Might of the Masses, it's probably lethal this turn. Again, I play the Ash Barrens and overload the Dynacharge, and then pump up one of my unblocked guys. I probably wouldn't do that in the face of what looks to be like probably a Galvanic Blast. I don't know, maybe my opponent's like double queuing or something. I don't know what they're doing, but hopefully they attack. Wonder if my opponent's just like really laggy. They haven't had very many decisions, it didn't seem like, in between the two games. I didn't know their hand, but they played almost everything they had in hand last game. Like they only had one card left. What else would I want to draw? So if I draw a Bolt, I can take out the Frogmite, get in with more stuff. They're still thinking. I don't know what they're thinking about. I'm sorry that this is taking so long for you guys. I'm sorry I'm so bad at video editing and I don't have time to learn how to do it. So you guys just get to sit here with me for this part. But so far this deck seems really cool. I have kind of I've done some experimenting with decks like this. A lot of the times when I've done it, they've been like Naya colors, and they have the Midnight Gund combo in them as well. That's pretty sweet. That's usually pretty sweet. I wonder also if there would be any consideration for playing a Presence of Gund or two. Like you put it on a Nettle Sentinel, and then you get to untap it like a lot of times when you play Sprout Swarm. So I don't know, that might be sweet too. It's probably a little too cute, but I think that would be a cool thing to have. I think the reason this deck is strong is that I have kind of this like derpy beatdown plan, even though I haven't drawn like too many of my token makers or like token payoffs. Like I'm just playing like a Stompy deck right now. And the Stompy is a good deck, so if you can sometimes play like Stompy, you can be in pretty good shape. I wonder if my opponent is like playing in the challenge right now. So like usual, I didn't really have a chance this morning to play in the challenge, but I'm sure it's still going because it's like a 12-hour tournament, which is like ridiculous to me. I don't have that kind of time. Let's see if it's going on right now while we're waiting here. We've got the scheduled tournaments. Where are you? Pauper challenge? No. I don't want the ones that I want the ones that are like going right now. Okay. Who am I looking for? Andrew Single 80. Yeah, they've been in the game for 7 minutes, so I wonder if he just is in this. I think I can sort by name. Looks like I'm Lovebo's up there. No, it doesn't look like he's in there. So Andrew Singleton 80 not in there. How are people doing though? We've got those are the bottom of the barrel. So we've got some pretty typical faces up here. We've got I'm Lovebo up here. Got the Mage Power, Matra. I wonder if Matra's playing the deck that I am playing at this very minute. Probably not. Looks like Dillo in there, getting in there with that buy. Nice. Very nice. Not a lot of other people that I recognize up here, actually, for right now. Overlord Hellkite got all salty at me yesterday after I whooped him, so that was a good time. He was playing Inside Out combo, and he had like 10 pieces of sideboard hate or 11 pieces of sideboard hate for my teachings deck and killed him with Evan Card Justice on the last turn. Yeah, he had all 8 milling enchantments and at least a Giga Drowse plus like full 4 dispels, so I'm sure those dispels aren't all main deck. We got Janice. Janice always playing blue black flicker, 1-1. Medvedev has been playing burn in the challenge like the psycho, so good luck to the burn player, man. You gotta be more risky than I am if you want to do that. Tedley Ted usually playing like a green aggressive deck of some kind. Deluxikov playing like whatever. He's been playing a ton of inside out combo as well. So not a ton of people. You guys should play these challenges if you have the time. Like 59 players is like ridiculously low. You're like making like it's positive EV. All right, so looks like Andrew has disconnected. I will pause the video for you guys, and we'll be back next round if he doesn't come back.